crazy mother.
What it do, what it do, what it do, what it do, soul visionaries and potential soul visionaries out there. I am your host, Sherrod Corner. You are now rocking with the Soul Vision Podcast. You know, that place where we keep it unfiltered and raw. We talk about anything from porn to politics. We'll even talk about the things you might have heard or even saw. Today, man, we're gonna do something a little fun today, man. Well, it's fun for me. I like breaking stuff down. I like hearing other folks' perspectives on things. So we're going to break down the music readability metrics for Drake's and Kendrick's music, right? You know, let's break this down. You know, like it tells you the actual reading level of each person's music. Now, when it came to Drake, when analyzing Drake's lyrics using readability metrics like the Flesch Kincaid readability score, his music typically aligns with a 3rd to 6th grade reading level. Like most modern hip-hop and pop, his lyrical structure prioritizes rhyme, punchlines, and short, repetitive hooks over complex multi-syllabic vocabulary. Studies analyzing lyrical intelligence place the average reading level of Drake's music around 3rd, to 4th grade equivalent, while his genre typically averages lower grade scores than country. His lyrics rely on conversational slang and repetitive things rather than complex vocabulary, giving his tracks a high reading ease score, meaning that his is easy to digest. Now, the analytical breakdown of this is lyrical data analyses by groups like SeatSmart evaluated Billboard chart toppers across several genres. They found that hip-hop ranked lower in lyric intelligence compared to rock or country, with the average U.S. hip-hop track sitting at roughly about a 2.6 grade reading level. Drake's individual music tracks generally clock in at 3rd grade reading level. The analysis measures readability based on the number of syllables per word and sentence length, reflecting Drake's accessible conversational songwriting and chart-topping party anthems. You know, that's saying a lot. Kendrick said, I give him music that electrify him, you give him music that pacify him, meaning that this is slow. It's, little kids can easily digest your music because there's nothing really to them. Now, his songwriting variations, while tracks designed for broad radio appeal score low on the Flesch Kincaid index, his introspective, track-specific raps often feature significantly more complex schemes than the average hip-hopper, I guess. So his lyrical evolution throughout his career, his music shifted from the romance-heavy, action-verb vocabulary seen in early projects to more repetitive, trap-influenced flows of his later albums. For an entertaining look at how listeners break down Drake's simpler, sometimes repetitive lyrics versus his complex wordplay. Now, I mean, and when you hear his fans or stans speak on his music and speak on Kendrick, oh, who wants to have a dictionary looking up things? We want to keep the party lit. That's why when I read this, I was like, oh, well, that's why their mentality is the way that it is. I'm not saying that they're dumb, they're stupid or anything like that. I'm just saying that when it comes to certain things, they don't want to think about, what's going on. They don't want to think about, oh, damn, what did that mean? What was that? Oh, that was complex. They just want something, hey, we just want to get in, shake our ass. The fellas, whether they're 20, 30, 40, 50 years old, like they said, they want to chase the hoes, as they say. They want to get out here and chase the hoes. No matter how old they are, they want to chase the hoes. That's all that matters, is getting the party lit. Now, when we jump off into Kendrick's music, when music analysts applied the Flesch Kincaid's test to Kendrick Lamar's catalog, they discovered that his music exhibits high lexical density and advanced technical lyricism. Researchers evaluate his word choice, syllable counts, and enjambment flow to quantify his complex literary approach to hip-hop. Kendrick Lamar's music is largely recognized as high school to collegiate level, frequently operating at around 10th to 12th grade reading level. His complex syllabus-dense lyricism is widely analyzed in university classrooms, ultimately earning him a Pulitzer Prize. Because rap music generally averages a 3rd to 5th grade readability score on Flesch Kincaid indices, rely on slang and repetitive catchphrases, Kendrick's elevated level is achieved through several literary metrics. Syllable density and meter. Kendrick frequently packs multi-syllabic complex vocabulary into tight bars. Hits like Not Like Us rank exceptionally high in word and syllable count on the Billboard Hot 100. Literary devices. His verses are dense with metaphors, allegories, anaphora, that's repetitive phrasing, and intentional self-reflection. Conceptual storytelling. Albums like To Pimp a Butterfly, Good Kid, Mad City function as cinematic coming-of-age tales that require high reading comprehension to fully digest the narrative. Pulitzer status, became the first hip-hop album to win the Pulitzer Prize for music, lauded for its vernacular authenticity and affecting vignettes of modern life. See, when you look at this, if you just compare them based on this, they are worlds apart. They are two different entertainers. Culturally speaking, Kendrick is of the culture. You know, Drake is not from the American culture. He doesn't, you know, when Eric Michael Dyson was saying that Kendrick was questioning his blackness, no. Kendrick was just telling you about his cultural validity. He has none. He's not from this culture. It's just flat out. He was born in Canada, raised in a different environment. That's all this basically is. But he wants to cosplay as if he is of this culture, as if he's from the streets. You know, he's out here as this mob boss. And that's where everything, that's where a lot of this, you know, stems from. This dude is cosplaying as a mob boss. He wants to be hard, but that's not really his life. You know, it's a lot of rappers out here that lie about what they do and this and that and the other. So you can't really, you're literally comparing apples to oranges. I mean, apples to oranges when you're trying to compare Drake to Kendrick. Drake is more about quantity of music, and Kendrick is about quality of music. Kendrick takes his time. He's trying to put out quality music, like I said, trying to make you think. He's trying to, you know, it's like looking at Kendrick is like watching Michael Jackson, Prince, Stevie Wonder, and all those put together albums. Their work from album to album is different. You know, they set out to consciously give you something different, a different experience from album to album to album, whereas, hey, Drake just gives you rinse, wash, and repeat. This formula works. That's the safe bet. I'm going to stir this up. I'm going to keep feeding them these same old pancakes every day, you know, until they get tired of it. And when you look at the mindset of a lot of the guys that was out here, we need the party lit, man. You're 50 years old and you're talking about keeping the party lit. And it's like, y'all, everything is dead to you because it's not shake your ass party music. You know, even Uncle Luke Skywalker, even he realized when it was time to give up the ass shaking music and making that stuff, man. At some point, either Drake has to realize that his run is technically over. Yeah, his music sells a lot. You think UMG was not going to push this and not going? This man has been rolling this album out for 2 years, damn near. It should have done bigger numbers than this, to be totally honest, compared to a GNX that was just dropped out the blue. None of the diss tracks were included on the album. It was just fresh music. Something totally different than what he has created in the past. So I don't think it's fair to compare Drake to Kendrick, let alone Michael Jackson. Come on, man. Y'all are idiots now. It's like you're trying to compare Drake to somebody that's had decades in the game, been gone for years, still charting. His influence has influenced the Chris Browns, the Ushers. He's the reason why a lot of all your movements, your dance movements, the noises, hell, even Drake imitates him. So how can Drake be greater than the man that he imitates? He's wearing his glove. He's done Michael Jackson moves, put on the Jerry curl wig or whatever he did. So he's imitating Michael Jackson. He's chasing Michael Jackson. You're not going to be greater than the man you're chasing. And the legacy that Michael Jackson has left, the impact, everyone keeps talking about all the people Drake put on. Drake didn't put on anybody. Drake jumped on hot and upcoming artists. He jumped on an artist that, oh man, I'm gonna ride his wave, and he rides that wave. Now I think it's a mutual beneficial thing when they get together, because Drake introduces or gives them a crowd that might be bigger than theirs, and Drake gets introduced to the culture more, because Drake is not a part of the culture. He's just a pop artist. So when a real artist from the culture lets him get on, that's helping Drake, get some validity in the culture. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this just my rant. This just my ramble. You know what I'm saying? If y'all have any disagreements with what I say, man, put that down in the comments section. But hey, if you like it, hit that like button, subscribe, share, the whole 9 yards, man. This is just my take on some hip hop, man. This has been very interesting, especially ever since that Iceman has dropped. Now they want to compare Iceman to a 2-year-old GNX album. You know what I'm saying? Damn near 2 years to that album. Streamed, did all types of numbers, great concert, venues, went out and broke records and stuff, and you trying to compare Iceman to that. Come on now, y'all still trapped in the past. Let Drake compete against Drake. That's and like his music. That's what you guys should be doing. Putting your energy towards Drake's music, streaming his music, and not worrying about what Kendrick is going to do next. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, it's 2026. We still in the mix, and we're gonna rise to fly. Peace.